When we finished the Running the Sahara expedition, Charlie, Kevin, and I, my two teammates and I, we stood at the edge of the Red Sea with our hands propped above the water. And when our hands would go into the water, it would signify the end of the expedition. And I'll never forget looking at my hand and their hands and thinking to myself, wow, my hand looks exactly the same as theirs. Which sounds like a ridiculous statement to make, but the fact is I was made of the same materials as these two champion ultra runners, yet I had started running just 3.5 years before reaching the edge of the Red Sea and was, as we had mentioned earlier, a pack-a-day smoker 7 years before reaching the edge of the Red Sea. So in a very short period of time, my life changed incredibly. I learned in that moment that human beings are capable of much more than they think, mentally, physically, emotionally, that each and every one of us are capable of doing something extraordinary in our lives if we're willing to commit to it. I spent the first 30 years of my life talking myself out of doing things that were risky, talking myself out of taking chances, because I was afraid of the already predicted negative outcome of what was going to happen. Wasn't going to work out, so what was the point in trying anyhow? When we reached the edge of the Red Sea and our hands were in that water, I knew for the rest of my life, I would spend the rest of my life going for the risk, taking a chance. And in that moment, I reflected back to when I was 15, 16, practically failing everything in school and thinking to myself, gosh, I've got this voracious appetite to want to learn. I have this desire to want to go out and explore not only more of the world and the people that live in it, but about myself and learn about myself. And adventure seems to be the perfect vehicle to do that. So I just made the decision that for me, over the course of the next 40 expeditions, which I've done since the Sahara expedition, I would find ways to connect my expeditions to classrooms all over the world, give youth and schools an opportunity to be there with me as active team members virtually using technology, tracking every step and being involved, being able to ask questions, but also create a foundation called Impossible to Possible, where I take young people between the ages of 16 and 21 from around the world on free learning-based expeditions of their own, where I'm a volunteer, my crew are all volunteers, and no one pays. And so these young people get to go and experience what I did in the Sahara and find their own version of extraordinary while learning something incredible in a remote part of the world.